It's tea time with MahMah Tea. Hey babies, it's MahMah Tea, back with another one. So I'm sitting over here scrolling on TikTok and I run across Ricardo Ignacio with his little cute self. But then I looked at the title, it said black men prefer white women. I said, oh, we finna ruffle some feathers today. So I got to playing the video and I'm listening to this clip about this young man who's half black and half Mexican talk about his experience and what he witnessed growing up and the impression that it left on him about black people. And I came to 900. What this boy is saying is the truth because I witnessed it myself. So I'm going to go ahead and roll this clip and let y'all take a look at it and let me know what you think in the comments. And I'm going to come on back and say a few things, but this was quite interesting. So I'm going ahead and roll this clip, baby. Come on here. Tell me what you're talking about.
Black men have an obsession with white women. They date outside their race more than every other race of man combined in my city. And I'm not just meaning white women. Any other race of woman that isn't black. For some reason, they have a weird obsession with anything that's not a black woman.
You have an issue with that?
Yeah, because they create a lot of kids that they don't take care of. Half their children flood the foster system. Their children, mixed kids, outnumber black kids in the foster system by a significant amount, and they don't come for their kids.
Your father is black American. Your mother is a white woman of Mexico.
Yes.
So you are actually the product of a black man dating or mating with a white woman. So
more of a one-night stand. Yeah.
It was a one-night stand?
Yeah.
Oh. In your opinion at least, from what you understand, why do you think that is, that in your opinion you see most black men going for non-black women? In your opinion, why is that?
Inferiority complex. The women they get with aren't quality. Even if they look good, they have such horrible behavior patterns that no man in their right mind would want to be with them. But black men don't care, and they'll get with a woman that has the same behavior patterns that they claim black women have. But since she's not black, they don't care.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's kind of like there's this thing that I hear where, you know, there are some black American YouTubers that complain. Literally, they built a platform complaining about black women, that they have attitudes, they are this and that. But then when it's a Latina or a white woman that are these ways that they don't like black women to be, it's considered sexy on them. Yeah?
Yeah, pretty much. And they also create the men they hate.
Oh shit.
They hate light-skinned men. They're envious that light-skinned men have the ability to attract other races of women easier than they do. They don't get the top of the litter. Especially, I'll give you an example. White Hispanic women are very vocal that they do not like dark-skinned black men.
Y'all hear that?
On average. But they'll prefer light skins and other, well, basically mixed men and light-skinned black men at most. They don't prefer them, and they get very frustrated that other races of women don't want them like that, especially the higher quality ones. But they get with the women and make the men that they hate and mock, which they're the only men on planet Earth that does that. They get with the preference, then make the child that they don't like.
You hear that?
I understand what you're saying. I understand.
Oh, that's the whole Drake beef. That's why everyone's calling them out for Kendrick being with a light-skinned woman, then mocking Drake for being light-skinned. Same thing with Rick Ross. He has light-skinned sons, but calling Drake a white boy. When they race mix, they only want daughters. They don't actually want sons at all. And vice versa for black women. They don't want mixed-race daughters. They just want mixed-race sons.
Crazy.
In your opinion, why?
They hate that they generally hate that same gender. Well, for mixed women, black women don't like the fact that mixed women can just easily attract black men because black men don't prefer their own women. Their preference is anything but a black woman.
And vice versa.
And that's why a lot of black women really don't like mixed women. Mixed women kind of, they don't get along. Let's put it that way.
That colonizer is a beast.
They don't like the concept of a mixed, for mixed people, say a light-skinned mixed person with another light-skinned mixed person, they really don't like that combination. It's the only country on planet Earth where two mixed people, it's shamed. Well, in my city, before all the minorities started moving in my sophomore, that's when I really started noticing their preference.
Their preference. Well, let's talk about this preference. Let's talk about this preference, right? So, in your opinion, or at least your experience and from your perspective, where you grew up in your city, most black men were going for anything and everything but black women.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, anything that's a dark-skinned black woman.
Right. So they're okay with black women as long as they're not dark-skinned.
Yeah, as long as they look mixed race, as long as they're not full, unambiguous. There's no real mixture happening.
Sure, I understand. What's interesting to me about this is it's very complex, man, because you see, when you describe this, it's kind of like you're describing a people that prefer anything but their own women, right? However, the product that creates is what they envy or hate, as you put it.
Yeah.
Psychotic, honey.
Because from what you're describing, because I've never heard this before, but from what you're describing, black men are jealous of light skin or mixed black men.
Yes.
But yet, due to their snow bunny chasing, it literally creates what they don't like.
Pretty much.
And vice versa.
What I appreciate is the fact that you do identify that there is an inferiority complex, because my final question would be, what is the root of this inferiority complex?
Self-hatred.
What is the root of this self-hatred? This internalized racism. What is the root of it, if you know, from what you understand?
Inferiority complex.
Sure. But what is the root of it?
They don't like how they look.
Come on.
They secretly want to be white.
Okay, but wait. So you see, what you're giving me is aftermath of having inferiority complex, internalized racism. You're giving me just the effects of internalized racism. What I'm asking you is, what is the root of a people suffering from internalized racism, if you know, for what you understand?
Well, mainly that.
Baby, Willie.
I mean, there is a historical
slavery
element.
Slavery. They were treated subhuman.
And there you have it, honey. The Willie Lynch syndrome, still alive and well. I spent some time in Mexico, about 6 months, traveled all through there. And I did notice northern parts up there along the peninsula and, at the neighboring states next to United States, folks up there act a little, they act like they colonizer. And then the further south you go, honey, where the people look more like me, I had the best time there. And I did notice something. The United States want to put up a wall to keep out the Mexicans. But the neighboring states or the neighboring countries of Mexico, like Guatemala and Belize, truth be told, from what I heard, you don't want them in your country either. There's a lot of colorism going on. How could Mexicans be racist against Mexicans? It's colorism. And then when I cross back over the border up here, the Mexicans that are in the neighboring states in the United States, honey, you just as bad and just as racist as your colonizer is towards you. This shit crazy as hell, this syndrome everybody got going on around here. And then within each race, you got your own levels of colorism. Now, this baby talking about his mama's Mexican, his daddy black. Daddy ain't want nothing to do with him because he light-skinned, because the black brother got a problem with the light-skinned boys, and they only want to make light-skinned daughters. Vice versa with the women. You hate what you despise, but yet and still you go ahead with these other races and you making what you hate. Lord have mercy. What's really going on here with us? This some crazy shit. I need us to do some deep dive and soul searching and get rid of that toxicity, that toxic mindset that got us all divided, even within each other. Y'all go ahead and look up the Willie Lynch letter and the Willie Lynch syndrome and see what we can do to help clear this thing out of our genetic code, because it's wreaking havoc on this planet. Anyway, that's my spiel for today. Y'all be good. MahMah Tea. Love you, baby.
What we do here is go back.